Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is the start of week number 9 of our Road to 200k challenge, and the trades have already been input. The market today has started on a little bit on a downside, but in the meantime it has reverted, and so now it's currently in the green, and which of course it is a favorable position for us to be in, because the puts, and we basically traded almost exclusively puts, we sold puts. The puts have already lost some value, which is good for us, and at the same time because if the stock price increases, that makes it more possible for us to start selling some calls on the stocks that we have, in an attempt to try to sell them when the options reach maturity. And so things are looking good at the moment, and let's go to see the trades that we did and explain what the rationale is behind them. And so these are the trades that were done for today. This CMCA stock was bought last week, so, and just to briefly explain, I sold the put on the CMCSA stock that I have. Now keep in mind that I bought this stock, I was forced to buy this stock at $40.50, but today, before the market opened, the pre-market opening negotiation drove the stock a little bit up, and so the stock, when the market opened, was very close to $40.50, and so I decided to be a little bit bolder, take a little bit of a bold approach, and I decided not to sell a call with the same strike price as the one that I bought, meaning $40.50, and decided to try to sell these 100 shares at $41. And so if this happens, we will profit, we will have a capital gain of 50 cents on each stock, meaning we will pocket a capital gain of $50, plus of course the premiums that we already received, both on the put and in the call as well. So this is something that we will see. As you can see, the stock is currently trading at $40.74, so we'll have to see how it pans out. Also, similarly to last week, we are selling 8 calls on HIMS with a strike price of 16.5, because again, it's the price that will guarantee us a little bit of a capital gain. Any strike price below this, and the next one would be $16, would give us a loss, and so on the overall holding of HIMS that we had. And so our remaining stake, if sold at 16.5, will guarantee us a capital gain on the overall holding that I had. And so let's wait and see if this time around these options are assigned. For the time being, the stock is trading at 16.45, and so it's very close to the strike price, but this is something that we will have to see at the end of the week, how it pans out. And so moving on to the next trade, and as you can see here, I also sold 8 puts on Ford Motor Company, strike price also 10.5, and again the reason is because the current situation of the stock is that I bought it at $13, and I still have a loss from buying back a call option which was set below my acquisition price. This is the loss that I have to offset, and as you can see right here, I would break even on the stock and the premiums if I sell the stock at 13.9. So Currently, I'm not able to sell at this price because there are no calls available with a short maturity to sell, and so I decided not to sell any calls on this stock, but instead I'm going to sell puts and see if they are assigned, and if they are assigned, we will be able to lower our average price, and in the same way we are doing with HIMS, we'll try to sell at a lower price than later on if we manage to do that. Again, the same reasoning goes for other stocks that we also sold puts on. In this case, Lyft. We sold 5 puts with a 12 strike price. The acquisition price of these 500 shares that I bought is $14.50. So I will try to buy more stock, in this case 700 shares with a 12 at $12, and so again, same strategy, try to lower our average price so that then we can sell those later on. Same reasoning with American Airlines, same thing, 11 puts sold, strike price 10.5. Again, the average price on this stock for my acquisition was around $13.72. So again, try to see if we can try to sell them later on. Same thing here with this LOD. I sold only one put because I did not have enough buying power to sell more of it, but with a strike price of 83, acquisition price is 98, so we cannot sell calls on that unless we put ourselves in a position to have a capital loss, and we don't want that. And so we'll try to see if we can lower, of course in a very small way because it's only one put, but we'll try to start grinding down this stock as well, trying to bring the acquisition price a little bit further down to see if we can then sell them later without having a capital loss. And also because after all of these trades, since we still have some buying power left, I decided to go ahead and repeat the trade from last week because this was a quite profitable trade last week, and the premium was also pretty good for this one for Bristol Myers Squibb, and so we decided to go ahead and sell one put at 48 with a strike of 48, and just basically to get some good premium out of our buying power. And of course, if it is a sign, it's not really a problem. Bristol Myers Squibb is a very good stock. It's a high quality stock, and so if I end up buying 100 shares of Bristol Myers Squibb, it's not a concern because later we can sell them at probably at the same price or something close to that. And the rest of the buying power that I had, I also went ahead and sold 2 more puts on Lyft to make sure that we consume most of our buying power. So, and this again in an attempt to lower the acquisition price of Lyft stock even further. And so we will have to see what happens over the course of the week. Again, as always, if we see that some stock or some option just came down in price, in this case of course we are talking about put options, if we see that the stock price appreciated to the point of the puts becoming almost worthless during the week, we will buy those back and sell more puts on another stock to make sure we continue collecting premiums as much as we can. And yeah, once this is out of the way, we can start, of course, filling up our scoreboard right here with our trades. And so let's start doing it. So the first trade we are going to input, and this is actually a good one because the way the market is at the moment, it allows us to only do trades on weekly options, which is a good thing. And so we'll have to wait and see what happens. For some reason this formula is not copied down, so let's drag it. All right, now it is. All right, so let's see. Let's start first with the calls that we sold, and so let's start with this CMCA call option that we managed to sell, right? So CMCSA, this was a covered call, and the strike price 41, only one. Again, this is the collateral that we had, because this collateral is the correct one, right? Oh, my mistake. So let's see. I pressed the wrong button here, right? So this is it. Let's just put here the F4 to lock it up in case we need to use this formula again in the future. Why this is the collateral? Because this is the money that I used to buy the stock, all right? And so not the 41 at the 41 price, but the 40.50, all right? And let's see how much I received for it. I received 29 cents. It could be around 50 if I sold the 40.5, but if this one is assigned, we end up having a much better profit. So let's see what happens. Hopefully this will be assigned at this particular price. And so the commission was 106. And let's do the next one. And this one will be on HIMS here. This is also a covered call with a strike price of 16.50. These were 8 contracts. Again, let's bring here, where is the collateral? Collateral is right here, right? Let's put some F4s in here to make sure if we use the formula later, it will be here for us to copy. And we received a commission, actually a pretty good commission, a pretty good premium on that. And we also paid 283 times 2. All right, so we received 36 cents on each of them, and 283 times 2. So if it was 280, it would be 560 plus 3 plus 3, it's 5.86. All right, and now the next one, so we'll see. And now let's put this in alphabetical order, starting by American Airlines with a strike price at 10.5. All right, so American Airlines, this is a cash covered put. The strike price is 10.5. Those were 11 contracts, and I believe the premium was 9 cents each, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 9 cents, and the commission of 6.12. Commission was, of course, a hefty one, but there's a reason for that, because those were 11 contracts, and so it makes sense. Next up will be the Bristol Myers Squibb, cash covered put again, strike price 48. I believe the premium was 29, I believe, actually 28, and with a fee of 106. So 28, 106. This was just one contract. So let's see what the rest is. This is still OD, again, one contract with a strike price of 83. So we can basically, I was going to copy this, but it doesn't make sense because it's a covered call. So let's do like this. So it's a cash covered put, strike price 83. I almost sold this put with a strike price of 82, but while I was pondering, the price ended up going up in a large enough extent to make sure that the 82 strike put was no longer viable, because it would give us quite a low return. And this commission was also a very, very handsome one, only 6 cents, which is of course very nice. Let's see here again. The next one is Ford Motor Company. We sold 8 contracts. Alright, so it's Ford Motor Company. It's a cash covered put with a strike price, I believe 10.5, and we sold 8 contracts if I'm not mistaken. Strike price 10.5, and yeah, this is a very good commission for 8 contracts. 61 cents only, and the premium 5 cents. The premium of course is not that great, but this is also a stock which is not very volatile, and so the premium end up being a little bit on the lower side, which is of course a concern, because we would like to have more return out of it, but it's the way that it is. And so I think all that remains is the lift puts. Here, as you can see, even though these were different moments in time, we still managed to sell these puts at 10 cents each, which is nice, right? So this is the last one. So here it is, lift. It's a cash covered put, strike price 12, 7 contracts, 10 cents, and the commission now is going to be a little bit tougher to determine, because we need to make some calculations here. So it's 139, 46, and 183. It's probably quicker, but I could try to do this mentally, but for the sake of the video, it's better to do it this way. I don't want to keep you guys so busy with this that it would become very, very boring for you. And so yeah, plus 46 cents plus 183. So the commission is 368. Let's put it right here, and we're done. And so these are the current trades that we did. I was a bit hopeful that at this point, just before I recorded this video, I was hopeful that Estilo, this stock, because is already up 2.75%, selling calls on this stock would become viable with a 98 strike price. But as you can see right here, not even the 2-week option is available for us to trade. We would have to go with a 3-week option, and even then, yeah, the premium is nice, but this would be a very, very low return, given the fact that, all right, the premium is acceptable, but this is a 3-week option, and because of that, the premium is very, very low, and let's just say that the return that we would have, it would be low. And so it's probably worth to wait a little bit more and see if the stock rises, because if the stock rises further over the next few days, it becomes viable to sell this option, which is the one that we want to sell for a shorter maturity, such as 1 week or 2 weeks. But this is something that we will have to wait and see. For the time being, and because also the lift stock is up on the day 1.12, yeah, we will have to see if it's possible also to sell the call, or yes, the call at 14.5. It is at the moment, but the premium is 1 cent. We could potentially do this, but it doesn't make much sense, especially if the stock continues to rise over the next few days. We could have gathered so much more premium, and we ended up missing out on that. I could potentially sell this one as well, but I decided to wait a little bit more and see what's going to happen, especially because if we end up buying the stock, more stock at 12, we will end up lowering the strike price somewhat, and it will become much easier for us to try to sell this holding. But this is something that we will have to see over the course of the next few days, and of course on the next weekend we will have to see how all these trades pan out. But until there, feel free to leave your comments below. Also, you can feel free to send me a message on LinkedIn if you have any questions or comments or suggestions, and like the video and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.